World Events, Episode 2. The Fall of the Berlin Wall, 1989. Welcome back to World Events. In our last episode, we explored the excitement and inspiration of the first moon landing. Today, we'll turn to another powerful moment in history, one that symbolized freedom, unity, and the end of division in Europe. This is the story of the fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989. What was the Berlin Wall? The Berlin Wall was a long, concrete barrier that divided the city of Berlin, Germany, into two parts, East Berlin and West Berlin. After World War II, Germany was split into East and West. East Germany was controlled by the Soviet Union and had a communist government, while West Germany was a democracy supported by the United States and other Western countries. In 1961, the East German government built the Berlin Wall to stop people from leaving East Berlin for the West. The wall became a powerful symbol of the Cold War, a period of tension, mistrust, and competition between the communist East and the capitalist West. For 28 years, families, friends, and neighbors were separated, unable to visit or even write freely to each other. When and where did it happen? The Berlin Wall stood from 1961 to 1989, running through the heart of Berlin. It was over 140 kilometers, about 87 miles, long, with watchtowers, barbed wire, and armed guards. Many people risked their lives trying to escape from east to west, hoping for freedom and a better life. The most important events happened in November 1989, when people in both East and West Berlin gathered at the wall, demanding change. What caused the fall of the Berlin Wall? By the late 1980s, the Soviet Union and Eastern Europe were changing. People across the region wanted more freedom, better living conditions, and democracy. Peaceful protests grew stronger in East Germany, and the government could no longer control the situation. In October 1989, huge demonstrations took place in Leipzig and other cities. The East German leader resigned, and the government was forced to consider reforms. On November 9, 1989, a government official announced, by mistake and live on television, that people could cross the border freely, effective immediately. Crowds rushed to the wall, and border guards, confused and unsure, opened the gates. People climbed onto the wall, cheered, hugged, and began to chip away at the concrete. Who was involved? The fall of the wall was the result of millions of ordinary people demanding change. Peaceful protesters, human rights activists, and regular citizens played a huge role. World leaders such as Mikhail Gorbachev, leader of the Soviet Union, and Helmut Kohl, Chancellor of West Germany, supported peaceful change and unity. Journalists from all over the world reported the events live, and television brought the images into millions of homes. The courage of the Berliners inspired people around the world. What happened during the event? On the night of November 9, 1989, crowds gathered at the wall's border crossings. Instead of stopping them, border guards let people through. East Berliners ran into West Berlin, where they were met with cheers, music, and celebrations. Some people brought hammers and picks to break pieces off the wall as souvenirs. In the following days, people kept coming, tearing down sections of the wall and reuniting with friends and family they had not seen for decades. Over the next year, Germany began the process of reunification. In October 1990, East and West Germany officially became one country again. Effects on the world. The fall of the Berlin Wall marked the end of the Cold War and symbolized the victory of freedom over oppression. It led to the collapse of communist governments across Eastern Europe and inspired movements for democracy around the globe. Germany's reunification showed the world that peaceful protest and hope could achieve what once seemed impossible. The wall's remains are now a powerful reminder of the past. Parts of it still stand as a memorial to those who suffered, died, or struggled for freedom. Vocabulary list. Barrier, something that blocks movement or keeps people apart. Communist, related to a political system where all property is owned by the government. Reform, a change made to improve something. Democracy, a system of government where people have the power to vote. Protest, an action, often public, showing that people disagree with something. Reunification, joining together again after being separated. Oppression, cruel or unfair control over people. Memorial, something that keeps the memory of a person or event alive. Discussion questions. How do you think people felt when the Berlin Wall finally opened and they could see loved ones again? Why do you think peaceful protest was so important in ending the division? What other events in history have brought people together after being separated?